How's it going, everybody? Thanks for taking a couple minutes to check out my channel. If you're new here and you enjoy this video, if you could take a second at the end to give me a thumbs up or a quick comment, I'd appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. If you're always here watching my videos, I can't thank you enough. It's the 10th of July and I'm going to be doing a little bit of beekeeping today. I got two things going on today. This hive right here, the taller one, and that hive there, that taller one, I'm going to be putting on bee escapes today. Basically, they're a way of getting the bees out of the honey supers. I'll show you that in a second. And this hive is probably my weakest one here. I'm going to be putting a cover on so I can feed them from the top, which is better this time of year. You don't want to have an entrance feeder when there's a probability of robbing going on, which will be happening probably soon because we're going into what's called a dearth. If you don't know what dearth means, that just means there's a lack of stuff for bees to forage on. So this is just my homemade top cover. I'll be able to put a jar feeder right on here and put this cover on here. The bees will come up and be able to feed off of this, off the sugar water here, and it just decreases the robbing. Bees will rob the crap out of each other if you let them do it. Yeah, the bee escapes are basically a little maze that goes between the hive bodies and the supers. They basically come down through. This will be facing the hive body, and this will be facing up toward the supers. They can find their way out of here and get out to go forward again or whatever, but they have a difficult time finding their way back up to the supers. So we'll get inside of here, get these put on and that lid put on, and hopefully in a few days be back to pull these off of here to extract some honey. I was going to do this about a week ago. However, I found some still cap brood in one of these honey supers that the queen had laid there before I put the queen excluder. If you see the yellow thing sticking out, that's the queen excluder. So let's get into here and add some bee escapes. Okay, so we'll take this top cover off. I already removed the front feeder. Just going to take this top cover off. I'm going to take a quick peek into here. I also, the last time I was in here, I stole at least 2 or 3 frames of brood from a really strong hive just right down here. They were getting crowded. I just want to see how they're doing quickly. They're not drawing anything here yet. Here's one of the frames I stole. There's fresh eggs and stuff in there. The queen in here has already laid some eggs in here. So we're gonna boost the strength of these girls up. And hopefully they come from the fall flow, they'll be ready to make me some honey then. Quick peek. I'm just seeing if they're drawing any of this fresh comb out, or they're drawing a little bit on here. I can see, I don't know if it shows up in the camera, but when you look at an angle at some of these, you can see the fresh comb coming out on this, on the light colored foundation. But this hive will need some extra food to feed all this brood and stuff. So we'll get this back on here. Throw this other top cover on. I caulked around 3 sides of this to keep some of the water out. It slopes downhill this way, so it'll run off here somewhat. Take this jar feeder, basically a mason jar with a hole poked in the top. Now I can come and switch this real easy. Just pull out one jar and throw another one in. They'll be fed and they'll be less likely to be robbed with this up top. All right, so let's move on to putting a bee escape in. In one of these 2 boxes, there was some cap brood, and hopefully they won't be in there. They're going to be hatched and out of there. So now we got to get these boxes off. Give them a little bit of smoke here. Hopefully feel a little bit of weight inside these girls. weight there. That's cool. Wow, they're stuck together badly. There we go. We're getting a little sassy now. Alright, I think this was the frame that had the brood on it right here. It looks like it was freshly hatched. There's absolutely nothing in it. Yep, it was both sides of this one right here. So I know they're hatched out. I do have a lot of uncapped honey. That doesn't mean it's not at a good moisture content. It could just mean that they don't have enough energy to build the wax to cover it. I'm going to check it with a I think it's called a refractometer or refractometer. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but I'm going to check it for moisture content. I can do that in a separate video. Yeah, it looked like some brood hatched out of here, so I know the brood is hatched out. That's good. All right, gotta get this off of here. I'll be letting the queen excluder on here. Here's my queen excluder. My luck, I would take the queen excluder off, and the one bee that would find its way back up into the honey supers would be the queen. Get some of those girls off of here. Put this side facing down towards the hive bodies. Now the bees can go down through here and not back up in. I won't even put this inner cover on because there's a place for the bees to get in and out that little groove. So we'll let that off. We'll just put the top cover back on. And I'll put a little bit of weight on it this time to make sure that's good and sealed down. And now before I leave here, I'll check all around here and make sure there's no place where the bees can get in and out. Or they'll find their way in there and keep on working. Okay, so I got 3 supers on here. We'll give it about a day per super for the bees to work their way down into the hive bodies. Now I'll come and take these off of here. I'm gonna put another bee escape on that hive, but I'm not gonna film all that. And that'll be it for beekeeping today. I'll probably put this out as its own video, and then I'll put another video of coming pulling the boxes off and then checking the moisture content of several of these frames to see where I'm at for moisture and whether I need to try to pull some of the moisture out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got anything out of it, or if you just plain enjoyed it, again, if you could leave me a quick comment, I'd truly appreciate it. We'll have the next part coming up in about 3 or 4 days. Hope you all have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks for watching.